Hello. We've got all sorts of things going on here. Hang on, guys, 1 second. Okay, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? I was running around here meddling with things like I tend to do. And I want to be sure you guys can hear me. So can you give me some hearts, please, in the chat if you can hear me? Throw some hearts in the chat. Hearts. Let me type it in here. Okay, good. You can hear me. All right. Excellent. I know I'm on late tonight. And so I will have to edit this and then get it back out first thing in the morning. But I wanted to be sure to get this information out. It's been a while, maybe a couple weeks since I've been here for a Sunday Soul podcast. So welcome. Tonight's episode 37 is all about the big lie. The law of attraction, big lie that we have been told over and over again. And I believe we've debunked it before, but I was listening to someone earlier today as I was trying to decide what we were going to speak on today. And when I heard this gentleman's discussion of the 8th Hermetic Principle, the Hermetic Principle that isn't discussed, the Hermetic Principle that only certain people know of, right? When I heard the discussion on that, I definitely wanted to come and speak to you guys about it. Hello, Anna, and hello, Marie. So the 8th Hermetic Principle is called the Generative Principle, and it's actually referenced in the Masons, the Freemasonry symbol, and things of that nature. You know, I understand that as they go through their lower degrees, it's referenced to as geometry or referenced to as God or such. But my cat seems to think it's super cute to just play with my camera right now. Bear with me one moment. I tell you what, I'm definitely going to be editing this. When things start happening like that, I know that it must be meant for me to talk about it tonight, because that's when all things start going haywire. At any rate, the eighth Hermetic Principle is the Generative Principle. The Generative Principle is the key to generation, to creation, to manifestation. And if you've been listening to any of the podcasts or been here with us on the channel for a little bit, you will know that we talk about manifestation not just from the standard or the what has been very popularly known as the law of attraction, right? That we're taught in The Secret, and we're taught through the channelings of Abraham Hicks, and many, many, many others. But we talk about it from the perspective of it's not enough just to think it, and it's not enough just to put things into action, but you have to believe it in your heart. The lie it feels that we've been told over and over again, right, is to release any attachment to the outcome. We've been told this time and time and time and time again, right? If you hold on to the outcome, if you worry about it, if you think about it too much, if you this and you that about it too much, it won't occur. It will not happen. And then we're also told to just kind of ignore everything that's going on around us as if it doesn't exist. Just maintain that positive thinking and keep speaking and keep speaking and keep speaking and keep speaking and keep thinking. And all of these things are true. Writing it down in vision boards and making sure that the sight of what we've written down, make sure that we see it so that it comes into our third dimensional eye and registers in our third dimensional brain, and so that the brain then knows we're supposed to take action and then create this, right? This is what we've been told over and over and over and over and over again. But we haven't been told that that's the lie of it all, is that you're supposed to release yourself from the outcome, when in actuality it's releasing yourself from the process to get it. And I've been talking about that, but I didn't know about this eighth principle. I didn't know about this eighth Hermetic Principle, and that there even was one, and it was documented somehow, until literally a few hours ago. And then I said, oh, I got to get on and I got to talk about this. The eighth Hermetic Principle is a generative principle. And it is the secret, the true secret to manifestation. And I believe it's that once we elevate this and put it into operation, it's also the true secret to quantum manifestation. And what the eighth Hermetic Principle states is that you have to care about what you are creating. It must be meaningful to you in some way in order for it to be created, for you to create it. It must have a meaning. It must have a purpose. You must actually care. And not only about what it is you are manifesting, but you must care about how that is going to impact you so that you can impact humanity. Right? This unity consciousness is not just that all of us are unified, but that you are in unity in your own consciousness. but you yourself are in unity with your own consciousness. Mind, body, spirit in unity as you create. But you must care about these things as well. Hello to everyone that's just come in the chat. Hello, Malika, Natasha, and Amber, and Red Violet. Hey, Pam. Now, caring also is different from compassion. Compassion, if we take the two words, kind of the C-O-M, come, and then passion, complementary passion, or complementary understanding of the compassion or the passion. Sometimes I feel like compassion, sometimes if you're not careful, can become a codependent kind of thing, right? I can have compassion, and I should probably take the codependency out. I can have compassion for you in your situation. I can have compassion for you in your pain. But compassion also has a bit of separation to it, because in my compassion for you, I'm not meant to get down into the muck and the mire with you per se and stay there. I'm meant to help guide you out if you're willing to be guided. That's the only way that's going to work, because if you're wanting to stay where you're at, then it doesn't matter, right? I can have all the compassion for you in the world, but that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to interact with you. That doesn't mean that I'm supposed to come down there with you and stay there with you, because I can see you and have compassion and understanding because I have been there before. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stay there and remain there. Okay? Now, care, and not the lowercase C-A-R-E. I want you to think of this as C-A-R-E, all capital letters. Because care, when anything that is in capital letters denotes ownership, right? That's like your legal, like when in contractual agreements, your name is capitalized. The company name is capitalized on your tax documents and all these things. Your name, the company's name, whatever, everything is capitalized, right? That makes you an entity. When things are capitalized, it makes you a legal entity. This is very important. This is a very important secret to manifestation and creation. Care, C-A-R-E, capitalized, means you are a legal entity. You are taking legal responsibility, and you understand that you have the legal authority to execute a contract. You are making a contract with yourself, stating that you care, C-A-R-E, about the outcome, that you are focusing your intention, your intentional energy, your intentional desire, your intentional creative ability. You are focusing it with authority towards that which you are creating. If you notice in, I don't know how many of you have ever seen the original Hebraic, the Talmud, or the Tanakh specifically. And in Genesis, the beginning, the creation, that's what that word means, right? The Genesis, the creation. In fact, the book is actually called The Genesis. So it is the beginning of this historical or this cultural or this time period's holy text account of certain things that happened, and the blueprint, right? So the Genesis, so the beginning. When the triune creator spirit, Mother, Father, God, created everything. In the original text, God, Yod, yes, Yahweh, Yah, is capitalized. All three letters. And in fact, in most of the, the newer versions don't do it as much because I don't think they show as much respect. But in the old King James Version, 9 times out of 10, God was not only just the first letter capitalized, but definitely when there was a contractual agreement being made between God and man, God was all three letters capitalized because you are making an agreement. In this case, you are making an agreement as a legal entity with legal authority, and you're saying, I care about the outcome of this situation, and I'm going to put my intention, my desire, my belief from my heart space. You don't care about something in your mind, now do you? You don't. That's not where you feel the feeling, the emotion of caring. There has to be, we know that love is the vibration, the frequency, the energy that creates all. But this goes beyond just love. I have love for all of mankind. I have love for the animals. I have love for the insects. I have love for the reptiles and the fish and the amphibians and the birds and the trees, right? I have love for all that is here and created. Even that which maybe is not using its light and allowing itself to be used for shadow or dark purposes. I still have love for those human beings or those entities because I'm of love and I'm of the light. That doesn't mean I am in love with them. I can have love for somebody and not wish any harm on them. But that doesn't mean I love them. So love gets you so far. But when you truly care about the outcome of a situation, how much more of your energy do you actually put towards that? When you really apply caring with a capital CARE, to care for, you're going to nurture it, right? It's meaningful, so it's going to happen no matter what. So you employ your heart first, then your mind, and then you put action or your gut or your sacral chakra and solar plexus chakras working together to bring about the manifestation. The 8th Hermetic Principle, although it is unwritten, says that which you care about, you focus your intention on. That which you focus your intention on, your mind, when your mind is set, when your mind is fixed, then the actions follow. This is where we get faith without works is dead. What has happened across Christendom and actually in spiritualitydom and this New Age group, it was, listen, you think about it, and then you just write it down and you put it up, and every time you walk by it, yep, that's it, right? But you can't create this in and of yourself. New Ageness did this as well. The Secret did this as well. Did not allow you to add on your authority, and your authority comes from your heart. When Spirit looked upon the earth and created all that we see, one of the first times, one time, the time before this time, and it was good. And then it was without void. It was without form and void. Well, there was a dimensional cataclysmic event that had happened. And so it had to be reformed. And then the Spirit moved across the earth. He looked at it. They looked at it. And Spirit then moved across the earth. What was that? Do you think that source, that Spirit, just didn't give a rat's patooey about what was being created? Do you think that you now exist as an unimaginably fabulous regenerative being, that literally there's no reason for you to die medically because your body regenerates itself? Do you think that all the animals and the birds and the trees and everything that's so intricate, do you think all of this was created without care? Without any thought? Without any pattern? Without any forethought or foresight? No. No. Great care was taken in how you were formed and how this earth was formed. That motivation, that great care and love to wish to create something so beautiful and so wonderful, and to allow generation after generation and millennia after millennia to go through the process of energetic beings having the ability to come and have a human experience and work through karma, learn lessons, go through the process and go through the evolutionary process, which in all actuality, it seems super hard to us right now, but it's actually quite beautiful. Much like childbirth is hard. You know, unless you're one of the new mamas that, well, I'm not begrudging anybody that has epidurals, okay, because some of us had to have them. I didn't have to have them, but some people did. But I'm telling you, sometimes these new girls, honey, they just come in, they're like, no, put that in my back, and they don't feel nothing. But childbirth is supposed to be, well, it is a little hard, right? But once you get through that process, here you have this beautiful new baby, right? This life that you are now responsible for, its upbringing and its rearing and its training. There's great care given to that, and great thought and great love. So if we look at the beginning, we see, right, in the Genesis, if we are created in their likeness and their image, well, then we must need to care about what the heck we're actually creating. You have to be somewhat attached to the outcome in order for you to truly have the energy and the true energetic input to get the output that you're looking for in order to generate that which you desire. Now, does that mean you sit down and you worry about it? No. No. So any of my overbearing parents, you're going to have to think about that. You know, let's not be overbearing with it. But you have to care about the why, right? There has to be a why behind it. There has to be a purpose. There has to be some outcome that's going to elevate you. And then, by proxy, elevate humanity. See, the great lie was, like I said in The Secret, you visualize it, you speak it, you write it, and then, oh my gosh, then you just kind of release it and let it be, and then allow it to come to you. And if you're, and and I've taught some of this on some level, when your frequency lowers, you raise your vibration. Okay, that's great. But it's the heart space that was missing. And, we've talked about that every time that we do these guided meditations and we're doing manifestations. And if some of you guys, if I've worked with you on an individual basis, what do? We bring up our Kundalini energy to the heart. Thank you. Forever to Gabriel from Gabriel Inspires. I think it's Gabriel Inspires Me now. That he was one of the first ones to kind of talk to me about this and show me these things. And it made perfect sense, because if you think about it, that which you really, really have your heart's desire on, you get, don't you? When you have your heart's desired and your heart set on something or someone, do you not get that? Hello? I know I'm not the only one that gets my heart set on something, and sure enough, it comes to pass. I know I ain't the only one. Y'all have experienced that before. Now you might say, Lisa, well, I've had my heart set on certain things, but they sure haven't come to pass. Well, now we got to look and see, was that meant for your highest good or not too? Did you really know the why behind the what? And did you really care about it from a place of love? Or were you fearful of something, so you were running to this other thing? Having your heart set on something because your heart is full of fear about losing something else, that's not caring. That's fear. And I don't care how much you start, how much you manifest. I don't care how many times you write it down. I don't care how many times you say it. I don't care if you got 50 vision boards running around your house and one in your car. It's not coming, because you're full of fear, as the fear is the motivator for you to have it, not care and love. Not care and love. Amber, we're going to take questions in just a few minutes. So just hang on to that. That's a very good question. So let's be sure that when we're manifesting something, that it's for our highest good, and we truly understand the motivations behind why we want it. Because remember, love creates, fear destroys. Love and care create, fear destroys. Hey, Metro. So, care being the eighth, the generative principle. When you care for something, there is a regeneration or a generation that happens. There is a creation, there is a gnosis, there is a knowing, there is all of these things that happen all at the same time. And that care emanates from our heart. What have I been talking about for years now? That your heart chakra is your strongest electromagnetic field generator. It is the strongest electromagnet you have. It is actually the strongest chakra. Y'all might like to think that is your crown chakra or your third eye chakra. And I'm here to tell you it ain't. I'm here to tell you it's not the strongest. Your heart is. If you don't believe in anything, in something, in whatever, if your heart hasn't begun to heal, if you haven't raised the vibration of your heart and cleaned and cleared and healed, and we're always healing some parts, but you understand what I'm saying? You're not going to raise your entire vibrational set point. You have to understand that where we are right now on the chart is within the heart chakra frequency range. And where we're going is like high heart, right? High heart, where the general earth would be going. Low throat, where we speak a thing and it is instantaneously. The general world will be like that. So we have to get to this higher elevated love that is a love that is set in neutrality. See, that's the interesting thing, is the world is trying to set this love or this level up. They call it tolerance, right? We should be tolerant of everybody and all of our differences and all of this, that, and the other, but they're trying to militarize and dictate the tolerance. You cannot do that on the one hand and then be intolerant on the other because of whatever political or, health beliefs you may or may not have. That's fake. That ain't real. Hello, somebody. Now, but true, unconditional, high heart, high frequency, fifth dimension love. I see you for who you are, and I am completely neutral to who you are and what you're about. I don't care. As long as you're not attempting to hurt me, and in all honesty, it doesn't bother me anyway. I can get my feelings hurt. And then I need to make a decision. Do I stay? Depends on how many times we've gone through the cycle of the hurt and the this and the da, 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 da. And if we've gone through that cycle too many times, I can't be a doormat either. But I'm living in a place of neutrality where it is what it is. And I harbor no ill will. I really don't. But it just is what it is. The time to be in certain people's lives is no longer. It happens. Not everyone's meant to be with you for all of eternity. Now, what does this have to do with manifestation? If you don't understand that right now we are living in heart chakra times, this is the heart chakra era before we move to the fifth dimension or the throat chakra era. You can't move up here until you master your heart. So this is why right now, in everything that's going on, your heart is your strongest electromagnetic field generator creator. You have to care about it. It has to be meaningful to you in a real way. And when you care about a thing, then your mind says, oh my gosh, I really, 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 really want it. So if you wanted a puppy for Christmas and you knew you wanted a bulldog puppy. No, actually, I want a pug. I want a pug puppy. When you want a pug puppy and you really care about getting that pug, you are going to scour all over the internet looking for ways, places, people you could buy a pug from. That's all that's going to be on your mind. You're going to start seeing pugs everywhere. On TV, in person, in people's cars. This is going to be everywhere. Because your mind is now generating the fact that you are going to have it. And then you know what else happens? Then your solar plexus and your sacral chakra kick into gear and say, oh, wait, That's what we're supposed to be creating. And so that energy, then you begin to take action to create what you've seen in your mind's eye, because you have decided in your heart you care so much about it. So when you care that much, you see it in your mind's eye, and then you take the action to create it. God, Mother, Father, God saw. They cared. They thought. They envisioned what this would look like, and then Spirit moved. The action happened. The lie we've been told, beloved, is that you can kind of want it, yeah, and you can kind of want it, yeah, and maybe your frequency wasn't high enough, and maybe you didn't stand on your head long enough, and you didn't do 5 jumping jacks and 10 push-ups and twirl around 20 times, and you didn't listen to enough of those YouTube videos and didn't go to enough of those workshops and buy enough of the MP4s and MP3s in order to manifest. When really what it is, did you care enough about it that no matter what happened, it is here. There's no choice but for the universe to bring it to you. But for your universe, who you are as a divine being, there's no choice but to create it. Or are you still giving yourself an out because you're fearful you might not get it, and therefore you can't be disappointed, or you're just going to keep fulfilling the same self-fulfilling prophecy of the manifestation don't work anyway? Have you convinced yourself at this point that you can't manifest? Because if you've convinced yourself of that point, you won't. But in actuality, you are manifesting. You're manifesting that you're not bringing anything in that you truly care about and you truly want. So when you truly care about something, I want to be able to see you all here. Bear with me 1 second. I gotta get the chat up here. Okay, hang on 1 second, y'all. On my phone so that I can see it. Let me turn this down. Okay, there we go. So caring is the secret. I cared that I wanted to start a mystery school. I cared that I wanted to help light workers live in abundance and be able to quit their jobs and live their purpose. That is my passion. That is my desire, my greatest desire, to do that and help people get to the next level and all of this stuff all along the way. I cared enough that I wanted to live in that abundance. So I created that abundance. I cared, I thought, and I took the action. If you care enough about something, then it becomes so real to you that you could taste it. You will naturally take whatever action it takes in order for it to come to pass. Faith, heart, without works, sacral and solar plexus chakra is dead. It doesn't exist. You cannot create. We've got to stop being as concerned with the third eye crown chakra life and much more concerned with the condition of our heart in order for us to be the generators of the world that we are supposed to be. Now, I hope that helped. I'm going to start answering questions. So Amber asked a question. Can we only manifest what God has already planned for us, or can we manifest our own path? I will answer that in this way. We are an aspect, a piece of, a portion of Prime Creator God Source. We are God's lowercase g. It says so in the Bible. Therefore, okay, and let me go back. And we made a contract, a plan, laid out our lives with God, with Prime Creator, Source, Mother, Father, God, before we were incarnated. In Jeremiah, I think it's the second chapter, first and second verse. I knew you before you were in your mother's womb, right? And it is stated that we were given all the abilities we were going to need, and we were set apart and we were sanctified for our lives. Now, we spend our lives remembering what that mission was and remembering who we are and what we're here to do. I believe that there are multiple choices along the path, and our higher self is allowed to choose. Or it is the impression of choice. But I do believe we're allowed to choose. Because if we were forced down one specific pathway that only God could give us, or he already predestined it, then what would be the point? There's no real free will. The key is to listen to your higher self and know that voice. But you can manifest whatever you want. Let's see here. Anna, you want a German Shepherd with Husky mix? Nice. Specific car at one point and saw it everywhere. Haven't got it yet though. Well, what steps have you taken to get that car? Now, when I say what steps have you taken to get that car, I mean taking the action that your higher self directs you to do, being spirit led. Don't get me wrong. Don't go out here and you're like, oh, well, I'll just go and buy the car and get in debt, like paying like $600 a month for a vehicle and you know you can't afford it. That's not, no. I care about it. I want it. It's part of my plan. And I keep it kind of at the forefront, but I don't just go out doing stuff that's going to put me in a bad space. Instead, the process I take to get that vehicle might mean I start my own business. It might mean I do whatever the case is. I'm led every step of the way, and it may not seem like I'm going towards that vehicle, but I actually am. See, sometimes in order for us to get to the end result, sometimes we go around a longer path, not because we made a bad mistake, but because we had something we had to learn. Stop thinking about having to get more school loans. Well, this is the thing, Amber, with the car and the school loans and everything. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know about going in debt anymore for schooling. It just feels crazy. Hey, Desire. That's awesome, Metro. You're still reading the book, 3 Magic Words. That's awesome. I'm doing well, Jeanette. Hey, Marie. You want your son better and a partner to be with us. Well, Marie, what do you mean by you want your son better and a partner? Well, I know what the partner. I'm assuming that you want someone, a gentleman in you guys' lives. But what do you mean by you want your son better? And is your son an adult is there a health problem, or are there choices he's making? Just trying to get some understanding. So the caring, right? Well, let's make a little bit more here. Let's put a little more caveats. Yes, your son is an adult type full, so I understand where we're going. He's 14. Okay, and there's health problems going on. Okay. So Marie, what I would do is start looking into it's autoimmune. Okay. So Marie, what I want you to do is I want you to start investigating natural things like natural probiotics, antioxidants, keeping him on an alkaline diet. And I would not recommend doing the jab. Talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Just wouldn't recommend it. But shoot me an email. I will send you a link. There are some products that I use that a number of other people use that have autoimmune issues. I don't personally. I've never had them. My mom does. My siblings do. Friends of mine have. And we do these things and we bolster our immune system. Because the crap they give you is not going to be worth it. Okay? That will definitely help. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Yeah, email me at admin@Heart of Inspiration. So guys, the caring part. Here, let me put it in here. When I say care, this needs to be meaningful, right? So Marie just told all of us what was going on, right? So she cares enough about that. Now she's thought about it. She's been thinking about it. She took the action to say something. We'll be able to get her some things that can help her son. Manifesting it. Right? Know why you want something before you want it. And please be careful because people can't complete you. People can't complete you. Only you can complete yourself. So know why you want the thing or whatever it is, first and foremost. Okay? First and foremost. Know why you want it. Know why you want it. So that the caring part is really so that it's the truest thing to you, right? That you love, that you know will be of your highest good. And then you take action, right? Because the actions start to happen. The more you care and the more you think on it and you decided it's going to happen, the faster the pathway opens. And the actions just seem to present themselves. So don't worry about the process necessarily, about how you get to it, because you'll get to it, because this is going to be your end result. Do you understand? Well, Jeanette, I would hope that you should be able to get some form of respite care or something like that up there, right? Like, can't someone, your children or something as well help? It's okay to put a demand on the kids, the adult kids. Even the teenagers, sometimes you need help. And then to, seek out some respite nursing care that might be available to you to help with your husband. I don't know what's available in Canada. I just know what's here in America. Okay, guys. I wanted to bring that to you. I'm going to probably edit this and then repost it, so you guys will have the link. Everyone else might, but I hope that helped. I hope that, I hope that helped. I hope that was enlightening in some way. All right, we're going to let you guys go. It's getting a little bit later. I'm going to try to come to you at least a couple times this week and have some discussions. We're going to be talking more, probably a little bit more about some things astrological and things like that. Also, just so you guys know, I am, I'm making extra time here and there on the weekends and stuff to do some more Akashic record readings. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go to my website and book that. And also, don't forget, down below, there's a Linktree link down below. If you are interested in finding out more about the practical light worker and how you can begin to take the steps to live your life, right? To quit your job and eventually, right, sooner than later, and live in the abundance of your purpose. Book a call with us. Talk to the team. We're growing, and we'd love to have you. Okay, so book a call and talk to us for a little bit. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Love you so much. Namaste. Bye, guys.